were going to lose the house, and we weren't making enough money. Surprisingly, because
we weren't ever going to lose the house.
No.
But it was struggling. It was coming.
It was coming.
It's still coming.
And it's still we're not quite out of that. And the house is it's a very expensive house. There's a lot to it. It's basically 2 houses in one in a very expensive time to buy houses with a swimming pool at 5 acres. So it's kind of difficult. The payment is just really big. Anyways, during that podcast, we were talking about how YouTube isn't cutting it. It's just not enough. And you know what's really interesting about that is we started with YouTube making a lot of money, and we made the most money we'd ever made. It qualified us to get this house, and then the second we got this house, our income plummeted. And we were like, whoa.
Our income plummeted because YouTube plummeted.
Yeah. And I was pregnant and the most miserable I've ever been. So I was not into filming, and I have a negative energy when I'm pregnant, and I think it drags everything down, honestly. It makes it much more difficult to create anything other than a baby at that time. So anyway.
It was just the worst circumstance because like we were getting ready to get this house and our income was up here, and we were like, this is going to be, we can afford the payment. It's going to be easy. No problems.
And all of our history up to that point was, now that we're up to this point, we're going to make more than this.
Right. All through our history on YouTube, it's always been better than before. Mm-hmm. Always improving, never going backwards. And immediately after closing on this house, and I could kind of see it coming, and I was thinking maybe it was just a dip temporarily.
Yeah.
But not only did it dip, but it stayed down. And then it came down more, and then more. And literally every month since we've closed, we've gone down.
Our income.
Down. When normally, right, as you get closer to the end of the year, the income goes up. Mm-hmm. But it was going down, not because our ad rates were going down, but because our views were consistently going again down. Because we weren't posting good content, or for whatever reason, our content wasn't being promoted. We weren't consistent enough. All the reasons why we were losing our revenue, and it was getting really, 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 really scary. Mm-hmm. And then,
all the while me thinking it's worth it because I'm getting a baby, thinking it's me. Anyways.
And like on top of everything else, because we didn't even see Coppa or the FTC at this point.
No.
All of a sudden, by the way, all these family and creators that are making content that is appealing to children, you're going to be losing almost everything starting January 1st. And we're like, we're already losing everything. We're already
this is much
in
worse.
A terrible position. Like to then lose 80% or 90 or 95% on top of that, like we have to move. We have to leave. We can't keep doing this.
We can't be in this big old nice fancy house.
The most interesting thing out of all of this is, despite all of our panic and fear and like certain doom
over and over and over every single day, this feeling that's looming over us of certain doom, we're gonna have to leave this house, we're gonna go bankrupt,
despite all of that, there was a feeling of peace for some reason. Mm-hmm. This feeling like, don't worry, it's gonna be okay. And all this time I'm like, why am I not freaking out more, right? Mm-hmm. Like
we definitely have freaked out.
There's
been those times we set aside time and we freak out.
I freak out. I just think of like this disco dance party. Freak out. But like in all reality, my logical mind is panicking because I'm reading what's coming, but my emotional feeling, my heart is saying, don't panic. It's going to be okay. And my logical mind's like, but why? How? And my heart is saying, I don't know why. Just trust that it's going to be okay.
And both of us have had this internal struggle. Really, for me, it's been this like almost hyperventilating. Oh my goodness. Anytime a bill comes, it's like freaking me out. I don't know what I'm going to do. And then all of a sudden I just say a prayer and I get this feeling of like, don't worry. It will be okay. It's scary right now, but it will be better. It will be good. So. Right.
And when I say in my heart, I feel peace. It's my spirit, because I've been praying a lot too. We both have, like,
like
please
crazy.
Help us. What are we supposed to do? And not getting an answer or direction, but just a feeling of peace, to just trust that there's a plan and we don't see it yet, but it's coming, and to just wait, because when it comes, we'll know it. And when we act on it, we'll get that the connection will be made between my spirit, my heart, and my mind. And then it'll be like, okay, now it makes logical sense. Now I know why I felt peace, because now I can see what's coming, what's been coming, that I couldn't have seen otherwise.